Welcome to yogadownload.com. I'm Christen, and today I'm teaching a dancer's tutorial. Natarajasana is the Sanskrit name for dancer's pose, and it is probably my first favorite yoga pose. I remember being in Bikram classes in the 110 degrees and all the humidity and like powering my foot up over my head. And I even remember new students coming in and being like, that one's my favorite, the one where we're balanced and we're kicking and the whole bit. And so I'm delighted to share a little bit on how to build a pose from the ground up and take it to the next level. Natarajasana is known as a reincarnation of Shiva, and Shiva is known as kind of the one who transforms. Sometimes he's known as the dissolver or the destroyer. And how this relates to Natarajasana being like an avatar of Shiva is that he dances in a ring of fire, like not where it's all warmed up and ready and safe and the conditions are perfect, but where it's like mildly dangerous. You put yourself out on the edge. And so if that's what it feels like when you practice the pose, like you're on the edge of like exploding into flames, you're on the right track. In addition to that, Natarajasana is a little bit nuanced. There are lots of different schools of yoga who have different ideas on how to build a pose from the ground up. I'm going to build this pose as though it were a closed hip pose, meaning that both hip points are pointing the same direction and we're focused on the balancing and the heart opening. There's really not an element of hip opening beyond the front of the hip. All right, so now how to do it. There are two common misalignments that I'll discuss before we build the pose together. And the first one is really simple. It's the grip. And so I'm going to turn to the side so that you can really see my hand take hold of my foot. So here I'm holding. I always say, because I'm from Colorado, that like I'm hitching a ride on Loveland Pass so I can like snowboard down. So I've got the thumb back. Maybe you don't hitch rides in Colorado, but stay with me. So the thumb points back, the palm is up, and as we reach back, we take hold of the inside of the foot. So the thumb points back and it never changes as it reaches back. What you can sometimes get lost in is you know you're supposed to hold the inside of the foot and you get worried about your balance and you turn and you're not hitchhiking anymore and you hold your foot like this. And you'll know that you've held your foot the wrong way if the elbow bends out. What we're looking for is thumb back and the elbow bending in behind the body. So that's the first misalignment. That'll help you get a lot further into the pose if we can get the grip right. The second misalignment is this idea that it's a bit like airplane pose. So once you've got your grip, you can sometimes see practitioners really want their belly button to face down. And once you're here, it's actually really difficult to find the back bend. And so what we'll look for today is more upright position so that we can kick back and find extension through the spine. Those are the misalignments. Let's build the pose together. So come to standing on your mat. Bring your feet together. Feel roots grow deep into your left foot. We'll start on that side just for your visual pleasure here. Left foot roots down, and I'll bend through the right knee. And as the right knee bends, the palm is up again, and you reach back like you're hitchhiking, or maybe you're carrying a tray of drinks that you don't want to drop. You take hold of the foot. Then bring your knees back together and feel right shoulder draw back behind you. Press down into the earth until the kneecap lifts and draw your belly in. Gaze forward and lift left arm high. Draw the shoulder blade away from the ear. Spread the toes on your right foot. Try to keep the gaze upward as you begin to kick back. Now, some people may feel pain in the low back. This would be plenty in your pose. Kick back more than up, and as you begin to kick back, the body will naturally create a further extension, and the belly button can point toward the floor. It doesn't have to. Keeping the gaze up towards your thumbnail will really help you maintain your balance and to keep the heart high. Last bit is ribs on the right side, roll forward and down. Take one more breath in your wibble wobble, dancing in the flames and fire pose. And then release. I usually have to do like a shake move. And then set through the right foot. We'll do the second side. Right foot steady, left elbow, left hip. So you'll see it from this side. Bend through the left knee and take hold of the foot. Notice as you bend through the elbow, if the elbow disappears behind you, or if maybe you got a little wonky with your grip and the elbow moves out. Let go of the foot and reclaim it from the inside. Knees together. Root down. Feel the kneecap lift. Draw the low belly and lengthen through the low back. Protect the sacrum. Extend your right arm up. Relax the shoulders, keep the navel in, look high, and then begin to kick back. Know that a little small gesture can make a big impact. You're balancing in a back bend. This isn't so easy, or as easy as perhaps some people make it look. As you kick further back, the foot lifts up. The gaze stays up. Right leg strong and steady. Remain here for as long as it takes for you to explode out of it. And then place your foot down. That's the easy version. Full Natarajasana typically requires a strap. I'm going to do it quickly, but it is a place that you can go. If you don't have a strap at your house, an official yoga strap, you can use a towel, you can use a belt, a scarf. If you've got a strap, you can make a real loop in it, a dignified kind of thing. I'm only going to do it on one side, just for simplicity's sake, but you should practice both sides at home. Instead of taking the foot from the inside, you'll place the weight in your left leg, and you'll lasso your foot. Best of luck with that. I didn't practice this part. Got it. Once you got the lasso, this is the best thing about the strap is depending on how open the front of your shoulder is, you can slide your hand down the strap and create more space. So the thumb points back here, fingers out, and then you'll switch your grip by letting the elbow move out and up, thumb points back. The gaze comes forward, press down into the standing leg. Again, we're kicking back more than up, even if it looks like I'm moving up. Left hand meets the right on the strap. We're in a ring of fire on the edge. This pose isn't about playing safe. And then you let go. You can slide down the strap. The kind of stuff they put on the cover of those yoga magazines. Looks a little bit like this. And know that it might take 10,000 attempts at it. Maybe 20,000 for some of us or your next lifetime. But you're going to take the foot. You're going to have to switch the grip as the elbow moves out, just like you switch the grip on the strap. So rather than holding the foot from the inside, you take the foot from the pinky toe side. Thumb is holding pinky toe, fingers point back. Press in the standing leg. I bend through left knee as I reach the elbow out and then up. Standing leg strong, kick back. Left hand lifts up. And maybe it meets the right hand. Gaze is high. Breath is deep. You explode out. And you can call it a day. Thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you learned something about dancer's pose. Maybe you just simply enjoy it more or have greater perspective on the depth of it. Thank you for your time and namaste.